Hello, I'm David Roscoe, and I'm the character that made the film that you're about to see. It is the 1967 BOAC 500, and it was made from the parts of the film which I thought I would never use. We shot 4:1, in other words, we used 100 feet out of the 400 that we shot. You're going to be privileged to see the footage that has never been seen before. We used to go into the paddock before the race meeting or after practice, and to get the sort of shots which were more casual: people, personalities, cars, close-ups, engines. And we found this a very useful change of pace for the racing. And as you can see, the cars were quite dramatic in those days. There's a chaparral. And the drivers too, you could walk amongst them. It's not like today where you're all pushed to one side and caged away. It was a most enjoyable experience to be in a paddock in the 1960s. A peculiar experience sometimes, as some people brought odd pets with them. Such as this gentleman, who brought a crocodile with him for a reason I never understood. It was great in those days to be able to go on to the start line of a major event and not be crowded out by television cameras and their crews, because television was not covering motor racing in those days, and indeed nor were the film companies making any films for the oil companies. So we really rather had things to ourselves. It enabled us to get near to people like Surtees, to see the Ferraris firsthand, and generally to enjoy ourselves while we were making films which were quite unique in their way. You can see there the Chaparral, which was destined to be most successful in this race, and that I think is Mike Spence, who was racing in those days. I'm afraid rather a lot of them have gone now, so this is a very unique record. And there's Hill, Graham Hill, father of a later world champion, Denny Hulme. All of these people were racing not only in sports cars but Formula One, and some of them in saloons. And this was a meeting being run by the British Racing and Sports Car Club, who were very efficient, and the events they ran at Brands Hatch were of world status. And there's Rindt talking to Hill. There again is another shot of the Chaparral, and the start line is building up for what was going to be a most exciting race. And as the race gets underway, this is a good time to tell you how we made the films. Now, there was usually 3 of us at a circuit, one at the start and finish, and the other 2 moving around amongst the corners. We used 16mm cameras. They were clockwork, which meant that they only lasted for 25 seconds per shot, then you had to wind them up again. Kodak colour film was used, and also we were very careful to make certain that any shots that we took would link to other shots, which meant that shooting the ratio we did was quite difficult, and we had to be sure that we got things right. The recording was also tricky. We had no portable recorders. We used a reel-to-reel with a car battery, and that meant making up loops of sound, including a screech loop for going round the corner, which was in fact my Ford 10 going round and round a car park on full lock. And so we recorded the races from start to finish, and we were the only people that year to record the Chaparral and its victory. And so as the Chaparral comes through to win, we packed up all our cameras and equipment and went back to the front room in order to make a film for the British Racing and Sports Car Club, which was to be shown in a London cinema at midnight in the autumn to an audience of some 3,000 inebriated club members. Well, I hope you've enjoyed learning how we made the films all those years ago, as much as we enjoyed making them in the 60s.